welcome to another episode of the Coffee and Podcast. We are passionate about joining the anti-trafficking movement, all while drinking some really great coffee. I'm your host, Philip Klayman. I'm one of the co-founders of 3 Tree Coffee here in Statesboro, Georgia. So you're in for a treat today because this is a 3x3x3 episode, which means we have 3 people drinking 3 coffees in 3 minutes. As always, for this type of episode, I have our co-host with me, Mr. Cody Barnes. Cody, thank you for joining today.
Of course. It's a different one today.
We're doing things a little bit different, all right? And we'll get to that in just a moment. I also want to introduce our guest for today. Our guest just happens to be my wife, Miss Anna Klayman. Anna and I have been happily married for 12 years now, and we actually started 3 Tree Coffee together back in 2014. So Anna, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So glad to be here.
Awesome. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm a homeschool mom of 5 kiddos, ages 9 all the way down to 1. So that's what I do. Homeschool.
Nice. And when you're not running around with the kids, when it's not crazy and life is chaotic, when you have that moment when you can do whatever you want to do, what's the one thing you go to just to hang out and relax?
I really like to garden, be outside.
Nice. She's really good at gardening too. So awesome. So my next question is, you and I started 3 Tree together back in 2014, and I have so many memories from back then of some difficult memories of how difficult it was to get the business going, some really great memories. What is one memory you have of us starting this business together?
Yeah, so I think my favorite memory of the early days of 3 Tree is just roasting coffee on my back porch. Just smelling the smoke from the roaster. It's real nice.
Yeah, that was fun. So it actually did start at our home, in our backyard, 1 pound at a time. We actually started in our house. That's when we realized that coffee produces lots of smoke. So we decided to move it out back. So that's a funny story. We didn't even know that. How little we knew when we first started. I have so many awesome memories as well. And Anna used to roast for us, even as we kind of grew and moved into a warehouse. Anna was doing some of our roasting. I remember times where she would take some of our older children, who were babies at the time, to the roasting warehouse and have them in the pack and play and in their own area playing with toys while she was roasting coffee. I remember taking some of the family members to some of those first farmers markets. And some days were great, some days were terrible. And kind of that slow dredge of getting a business going, and yet it was awesome because it was family. And it was really fun to do that together.
It was fun.
All right. So for us, the whole reason this podcast is called Coffee and is because coffee means more to us. Why does coffee mean more to you? What is it about coffee that means more to you?
Yeah, so as you can imagine, I do a lot during the day. And have to stay sharp and on my game physically and mentally, and so coffee is just a part of what I do to be fully present. So
it's purely for the caffeine.
Purely for the caffeine.
Awesome. She makes a pretty good cup at home too. I think it's about the quality as well.
Right, you won't allow me to make coffee.
I don't drink the coffee. She makes it. Okay, we can get it at another time. But anyways, awesome. Well, appreciate you being on the show. So once again, a 3x3x3. We're going to drink 3 coffees in 3 minutes. We do a little bit of a twist though. All the coffees are actually the same. They are a coffee that Cody here roasted from 3 Tree Coffee. It's our new Guatemala Huehuetenango. It comes from a farm called Finca Las Laurales. This farm was started by Mario Sosa back in 1966. It was established in 1966. And now his son Mario Jr. runs the farm. So you may be asking, well then how is this 3 different coffees in 3 minutes? Well, the twist is that it's the same coffee brewed 3 different ways. And so we have 1 coffee on the table that was brewed with a pour over. We have 1 coffee that was made using an AeroPress, and also the last way it was made was just with a traditional cupping, the way we've been doing these episodes, something that Cody and I do weekly with quality control and trying new coffees, a standard cupping protocol.
So do we have to guess which one is brewed?
You can guess which one if you want at the end. We'll put you on the spot. That sounds really fun. So that's it. We have the same coffee brewed 3 different ways. It's already in front of us, and we're about to get the show started. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
So we're going to start with this coffee over here. We're gonna, take a little bit in our spoon, put it in our cup, sip it, and we'll have a minute to talk about it, and then we'll move on to the next one, and then the final one. And do we have our timer ready? Awesome. Here we go, and start. So we're gonna take a little bit of this. Feel free to take more if you want to try it a couple more times. Nice, some good sweetness. That's the first thing that I notice. It's a nice sweet coffee.
Yeah, this one has a little bit of brightness coming out, more so than other brew methods that I've tried.
Yeah, we've had this coffee a lot recently. It's a newer release of ours, and I agree. It doesn't have as much body as I'm used to it having. It's a little bit lighter, but a lot of sweetness still for sure. What do you think? Do you like it?
It's really good.
You like it? Good. Awesome. Okay. Give it one more sip if I have a minute. I don't have a minute. Okay, we're moving on to the next one. Coffee number 2 after you.
Thank you.
Go ahead. A lot lighter.
Shade lighter?
I think so. That one, for me, has a very light mouthfeel. Yeah, I mean, compared to this one, for me, it has a much lighter mouthfeel. What are you tasting?
I'd say it's more in the denser side than this one was, at least.
Really?
It's not as bright.
Yeah. Okay. I wouldn't say it's as bright or as acidic or as flavorful as this one. But in terms of just the body, it seems kind of fleeting. It kind of moves quick. Not tons that's really lingering there. Oh, all right. And we're done with coffee number 2. We're on to coffee number 3. Whoa. I feel like I'm getting some really clean, crisp, sweet, apple-y.
Yeah.
That one's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Got a crisp green apple. All right. What do you think of it compared to others?
It's very sweet.
Really sweet?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's really good. I think I would prefer that one as my everyday cup.
That's the one you prefer?
I would.
We'll be voting in a minute. You still have an opportunity. If you wanted to go through some other ones, you can. And you know what? That's it. We are all out of our 3 minutes. It's that fast. I wish I could drink more, but lo and behold, we're done. All right. Well, let's vote for our favorite, and let's give the big reveal. So we're going to count to 3. On 3, point to your favorite cup. All right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, pretty consistently. That was delicious.
It was really good.
Super appley, very sweet, very balanced. Let's see what it is. We all like this one the best, and it's the AeroPress.
I was going to guess AeroPress for that one.
For this one over here?
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking the same thing, actually. So a little surprising. I would have thought that was the pour over.
I had kind of already had an idea that this was the pour over.
You knew all of them. Awesome. Well, so for those who don't know at home, AeroPress is a way to brew coffee. It utilizes some pressure to help extract the coffee. And it's a really wonderful way to brew coffee. One of the best parts about it is it's very forgiving. You don't have to have the best grinder. You don't have to have a water kettle even, like a nice pouring kettle. You don't really need much to be able to make a great AeroPress. So it's a very simple, easy, great way to make, clearly, a great cup of coffee. All right. Well, what was your least favorite?
I think that one was my least favorite.
Your least favorite? Let's see what your least favorite was.
It was very dirty.
Very dirty? This was a pour over.
Okay.
So this was the pour over? Interesting.
What kind of
Interesting.
pour over?
It was the Hario V60.
Mm-hmm.
I think testing out with grind sizes and stuff may have been a different one that we weren't used to. Or one we probably shouldn't use now.
Yeah, maybe. So with a D60 pour over, the way you grind it, the type of kettle you have, there's so many more things that are important here. And we have been kind of experimenting with some different grind sizes behind the scenes, and so still had some really good sweetness. I would say it was reminiscent of the Guatemalan coffee. It doesn't terribly surprise me, but not as sweet. And once again, this one had clear apples coming through. That was really nice.
Very clean.
Yep, awesome. Which leaves our last one, which is going to be the cupping.
Yep.
This one was strange. That one tasted different, which is kind of surprising. Once again, could be just some inconsistencies, possibly in the bean. Could be something with the grind size. Still was good, but just tasted for me super light and a little surprising. So awesome. Well, there you have it. The same coffee brewed 3 different ways. Anna, thank you so much for joining the show today.
Yes, it's fun.
Awesome. And then for everyone at home, our Guatemala was just released last month, so definitely encourage you to go to our website, check it out. If you're looking for ways to brew coffee at home, if you just heard about the AeroPress for the first time and said, oh, wow, I need to brew it that way because they liked it that much. You can go to our website. We sell it at 3treecoffee.com, so feel free to check that out as well. And otherwise, we appreciate you joining, and we'll see you next time.